I am trying to record a video, and my cat keeps meowing directly in my face. I have deadlines to meet, Wallace. Hello, my name is The Great Metaphor, and wow, what a level to start this video off with. This will cover most of the second half of Expert Episode 3. This level is not as impossible as it looks. I mean, it is a pretty nasty situation, but there are things you can do to turn the tides in your favor. Start by moving down and then dodge the side, and then try to get out of the starting area as fast as possible. The left side is probably safer since the right side has the flame lamp. After that, keep moving and never retrace your steps too fast, as you do with any level with mortars. Hovercrafts will try to dodge your projectiles, so you can fire some shots at them to get them off of you for a tiny amount of time. The hovercrafts are a higher priority than the mortars. I don't know how much it shows, but I'm way too stressed to be making this commentary right now. But like I was telling my cat, I have deadlines. Self-imposed deadlines are still deadlines. Anyway, R. A-R. When I don't know what to name a level, sometimes I'll just make a random noise and call it that. This level looks far more straightforward than the previous one, but it actually took me way longer to beat it. The chargers and snakes aren't too bad, but the crossbomb bunkers are always nasty. Plus, this happened after a few attempts. I don't really know how this happened, and I don't know if there's a way to stop it. I don't think it's ever happened to me before, and I have played Metatanks far more than most people ever should. Focus on destroying the chargers since they are hard to kill and faster than the player. The crossbomb guys will tend to kill each other in the crossfire. If you can replicate whatever I did to get the snake to embed its head into the wall and self-destruct, that'd be great. I don't know how I did that though. Always be glancing in different directions. Crossbombs have a tendency to sneak up on you. Luckily, most of the danger comes from one direction this time. Okay, before I talk about this level, I need to talk about a glitch. To stop the player from getting overwhelmed with sound effects, I have a soft limit where if there are too many enemies, some of the sound effects will have a chance not to play. This isn't great for two reasons. One, it's just not a great way to implement the idea. I wasn't very wise about programming backend at the time. But the second, bigger issue is it doesn't work properly. The game doesn't free up sound effects slots properly, and so over time the game will stop playing sound effects properly. Normally, it gets fixed when the music changes, which is why I quit to the menu and continued here. Now, I seem to remember the glitch persisting, but it didn't this time? Maybe that was a different, failed recording. I seem to remember needing to re-record some things for this video. Or maybe it was just triggered again. This level pack has a lot of enemies that are good at triggering that bug. And I talked over the entire level. Oh well, it wasn't terribly interesting compared to a lot of the others anyway. Regression was made by someone I forgot made a level in this game. Sorry, Delta. And what's this? Snakes being even remotely threatening? That's unusual. What you want to do is bait the enemies into going in one direction and then loop past them and go in the other direction. There's a decent chance the snakes and the chargers will die to crossfire and infighting that way. Once they are taken care of, hide in front of one of the longer walls near the top or bottom and take out the respective laser tank. Then you can use the rocket launcher to cheese the rest of the level. Just be careful, it's still easy to blow yourself up. You know, I feel like I'm getting better at this walkthrough stuff. Just in time to be almost done with all of my games. Dang. Destroy the core! A Gradius reference. Years before I even thought about making Violet Raystorm. I wanted to get a sound clip from one of the actual games, but that was too much effort. Most of this level is pretty easy with some patience. You have a lot of time to go from one piece of cover to the next. When it's time to destroy the core, you have to be careful, as the wall may not cover you completely, so you will have to move out while the laser is passing over it. Wow, tracer bunkers that I completely missed in my first attempt. Ouch! Yeah, who knew that going into the line of the side of an enemy with a hit scan attack was a bad idea. Get out of the center box on the left side, and be quick since there are some areas that tracer bunkers can get to inside of the box. Tracers almost always whiff their first shot, so you can peek into the unsafe zones to get where you need to be. Did I ever mention why they're called tracer bunkers? Well, it's because when I designed them, I thought hitscan attacks were called tracers. Well, tracer is a decently cool name anyway. I'm kind of impressed I got this one done on my first try. It was probably luck, to be honest. This level is pretty straightforward in terms of strategy. Kill the flamethrowers so you can hide in one of the tunnels, and then pick off the first crawler. Once both crawlers are dead, the remaining enemies are simple to kill, and there's no shame in camping if there's a lot of grenade tanks left. You probably shouldn't let the crawler almost grab you though. I think I was just on the brink of the crawler deciding to grab a wall instead of me. Flamethrowers. There's a lot of them. This level is easy. What can I talk about instead? It's kinda silly to talk about normal projectiles in a level that doesn't have them, but basic shells, right? They have very tiny explosions. Why? Well, I didn't trust GameMaker to count collision events from both entities. I thought only one would register the collision, so I made everything an explosion to try to guarantee everything would count. I'm not sure where I got that idea from. Yeah, this game's code is a mess. Hardly matters for any of the sequels I want to make, since I don't want to make them in GameMaker, but I'll have some pretty big decisions to make if I want to return to this game to make the deluxe version. Oh, and no, making everything explosions doesn't ensure projectiles always hit their target. So my quote solution unquote actually makes a problem that didn't exist worse. I think redoing the projectile collision is something that'll be mandatory for the deluxe version. Whoops, my commentary bled into the next level. Yeah, I thought that level took longer than it did. Anyway, further. This level exists. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. My only advice is try to aim past the tanks. Other than that, get good. I'm not going to try to defend this level. It's literally just two enemies designed for cover, without any cover. Zanzibar! You know, like from that one Dr. Seuss book. That's a dumb reference. This level is way easier than it looks. I died a lot because I was being too slow to hide from the snake. Quickly loop around the block you start next to, and be careful about the fast enemies. That's it. Hey, it's a nice break after farther. Shotgunned too, because we needed a second level that surrounds you on all sides with shotgun enemies. Also, wouldn't you know it, the sound glitch I was talking about is back. Remember how all bullets are explosions? This level is really nasty because of that. Really easy to get yourself cornered and die because you moved into a shot that flew past you just a few frames too early. If you're caught in the open, try to move at an angle away from whatever enemy is closest to you. At these distances, you're not squeezing through bullets. Once you have some of the hovercrafts off you, try to hide behind the destroyable walls and take out anything that gets close. I'm gonna be honest though, this level's an RNG grind. The attitude of, if I can beat a level at all, it's fair, really was a detriment to the expert levels. Jeez, what a sour note to end on. Would you believe that most of the reason why I started this Let's Play is because I wanted people to play my game? Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking the video, subscribing, and playing the game for yourself. Don't worry, the main levels are much more fair. Only a few levels left, and they're doozies. Regression was made by someone I forgot made a level in this game. That Zap might have fixed that is. If you can replicate whatever I did to get the Hakesned? The Hakesned. Oh, that's gotta go in the thing. Luckily, most of the danger comes from one direction this time. I am so tempted to make a reference to the band. Tracers almost always whiff their first shot, so you can peek into the unsafe zones where you can get there. Is my cat gonna interrupt me? This level is pretty straightforward and... The cat's gonna interrupt me.